The realm. Do you know what the realm is? A story we agree to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My previous video, The Ultimate Conspiracy of All Time, I brought forward the false consciousness where people believe something that just isn't true. So I got a lot of responses. In the addendum video, I mentioned that I'd been asking this question, asking people what colour the sun is for about 7 years. Well, now it's 8 years. In the comments of that video, you'll see people are believing the sun was yellow when they were growing up. Similar comments are also on that latest video. For example, the sun was yellow when I was growing up in the 1980s. The sun was yellow when I was growing up in the 1970s, 1960s, 1950s. I don't get this reaction in real life. People are usually surprised when I point to the sun in the sky and they see it as white. Many have said they've never thought about it. I might say they never really look at the sun, which is fair enough. We're going to look at some evidence of what the ancestors said the colour of the sun was, going all the way back to the calendar year 1450. But before we go to 1450, we're going to look at a movie filmed in colour showing the sun in 1948. We're going to look at a scene from American Western film called The Three Godfathers. The movie was filmed in Technicolor in the year 1948, and the set location was Death Valley, California, America. The film stars a young John Wayne, Pedro Armendáriz, and Harry Carey Jr. The scene we are looking at finds our three heroes in a typical Western scenario, walking through the desert, dying of thirst. Added to this, they have a baby. The actor Harry Carey Jr. falls down. John Wayne takes the baby while Pedro is reading a verse from the Bible. John holds his hat in front of the sun. When the man dies in the scene, John Wayne removes his hat to reveal that on this day in 1948, in California, the sun is white. So now we'll go back in time before 1948 to the 1800s. Since Vincent van Gogh also came up in the comments, Starry Night featuring a yellow moon and yellow stars is probably the most iconic and publicly known painting of Vincent's. And it was painted in 1889 when he was residing in an asylum due to his deteriorating mental health. Vincent only sold one painting during his lifetime, the painting The Vineyard at Arles, The Red Vineyard. In 1888, Vincent van Gogh painted a white sun. Now let's go to the calendar year of 1632. Sermons by Lancelot Andrewes, who was the Lord Bishop of Winchester, describing the sun in text. There is no confusion. Quote, "Not to be kept in the shadow, but brought out into the sun, the bright and white sun of this day." End quote. From the same book in 1632, quote, "Even the Sun of Righteousness, the white sun." End quote. Notice the spelling of the sun, S-U-N-N-E. Now let's go a little earlier to the calendar year of 1605, titled The First Book of Song or Airs, written in 1605 by Francis Pilkington, which also has tablature for the lute. We find the lyrics, quote, "Like the daffodil, white as the sun, fair as the lily," end quote. Now let's go further back in time and look at two manuscripts. With the help of Google, I actually found more. I included these two because I could read the text. The names of the manuscripts are cited on screen. The first one, 1585, handwritten, white sun. And the earliest I found was in 1450, also handwritten and very clearly says, white sun. As I mentioned in the video, the ultimate conspiracy of all time, it was about 100 or so years ago when the rot of the yellow sun started to invade beliefs. It is a white robe that the Son of God wears, not a yellow one. The light is white. Fiat lux, let there be light.